Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear learners, you're welcome to online English class. This is Muhammad Obaidullah speaking before you. I am a junior instructor in non-tech department, Bogra Polytechnic Institute, Bogra. Dear students, we can see subject name Basic English, and this Basic English subject especially is designed for the student of tourism and hospitality, especially first semester student, and you have to complete this course very carefully, and after completing this course you have to achieve the basic skill in English. So now let's start our tourist. Dear learners, now I'm going to discuss the course structure. Course structure means course plan, and this course structure is especially for the student of diploma in tourism and hospitality first semester student. And here we can see some subject numbers here: 1 2 3 4 5 6. Total there are 6 subject and subject code here and subject name, and among them I will discuss only one subject, and that is number 3. And this semester you have to complete this subject, and especially I will conduct this subject, and you have to stay with me. Dear learners, look at here. What is T, P, and C? Okay, T is for theory, P is for practical, and C is for credit. Okay, and it is theory. It is the theory is 2. That means per week 2 theory classes will be held, and practical only one practical class will be held, and it is a 3-period lengthy class. And C is for credit, and it is a 3 credited subject, and 1 credit equal 50 marks. So 3 credit total will be 3 into 50 equals 150 marks. So this is the credit and marks distribution of this course. And here look at marks. Okay, marks are 2 types: theory marks and theoretical marks and practical marks. And theory are 2 types: theory continuous, that means theory assessment. Theory continuous means theory assessment, and theory assessment will be held on 60 marks, and that is why you have to do the theory classes regularly, and based on the class activities, class performance, and you have to obtain 60 marks. That is why you have to be regular in the class, and you have to follow the instruction of teacher, and you have to uh, do the class activities by the dictation of teacher. Final theory final means semester final exam. Semester final exam will be held on 40 marks, and 3 hours time will be given to complete this exam. Okay, now let's go to practical. Practical are 2 types: practical continuous, that means continuous assessment. In the practical class teacher he will provide you some class work, class activities, and sometimes you have to show the performance, you have to talk in English, you have to write in English, and you have to do some jobs in the class, and as well as you have to be regular in the class, and based on your class attendance, class performance, practical performance, you will achieve 25 marks, and the practical final marks is 25. And after, at the end of the semester, you have to face an semester practical final exam, and this practical final exam you have to do some jobs, and you have to face the interview or viva, and based on this work activities, you will obtain 25 marks, and so total marks will be 150. And here we can see the total credit distribution, marks distribution. Okay, so here total theory, theory will be 11. Theory 11 means total per week 11 classes will be held, and practical classes will be held 24 period, 24 period, and total credit 19, and total marks will be 19 into 50. 19 into 50, that means 950 marks. This is the total. It is the total credit 19 and total marks 950. And among these 950 marks, you will achieve according to your performance. That is why from the beginning you have to give importance on all of the subjects. So don't feel hesitation and start your course from the beginning. Okay. Now I am going to talk about the objectives. Dear students, you know what is objectives. Objective means purposes. Objective means aims. Objective means mission and vision in your student life. Here the objective is for the subject, why you will complete the subject, and after completing this subject what you will achieve and what type of benefit you will achieve, and how you will be fluent in English, how you will achieve communicative skills by studying this course. These are aims, and here we can see some topics here, and these are the objectives of this course. The After the completion of the course, when you complete this course, students here, learners will be able to develop means obtain, gain, achieve. What you will achieve after studying this course? The first point, reading. Okay, first point you will achieve reading skill, and second, listening skill with understanding. When you will study this course from the beginning to the end, and when you will finish this course with successful, and you will achieve these skills, reading, listening with understanding. Next point, the fluency of speech, and this subject will also help you how to be fluent in the case of speaking English. When we talk with a person, and you have to start your speech very fluently, very simply, very easily, and this subject will help you this. Okay. Next point, number 3, here, grammatical accuracy. Grammatical accuracy means grammatical correctness, appropriateness. Okay, grammatical accuracy with emphasis on spelling and punctuation. So this subject will give importance on grammatical accuracy, as well as it will give importance on spelling and punctuation, because these are very important. Without correct spelling you cannot write something correctly. Without pronunciation, without correct pronunciation, you cannot understand the speech of others. That is why you have to give importance on grammatical accuracy with emphasis on spelling and punctuation. Last point, 4. Here, here this subject gives importance on creative writing. What is creative writing? Creative writing means free writing, how you can write freely. This subject will help you. And free writing means, some people says, free handwriting. Creative writing means free handwriting. This is one kind of composition writing. What is composition writing? When a student uh, when a student uses memory, uses imagination power to write something new. Okay, and if he be able to write something new topics, and we will say the student he has the creative writing skills, creative writing ability. So these are the main purpose, these are the main objectives of this course. So you have to complete this course successfully. Okay, so let's go to next slide. Dear students, now we are going to our main topic. That means to our syllabus. Here we call the syllabus contents, and what type of contents or topics you have to study for scene comprehension. Okay, we can see here scene comprehension. It is one kind of test. Mark will be 20, and different times marks may be few or less, sometimes 10, sometimes 15, sometimes mark maybe 20. Okay, so these are scene comprehension, especially when you will face the semester final exam. At the time of semester final exam, in the exam hall, the teacher, they will supply to you a question paper, and this question paper, it will be divided into three groups. Okay, group A, group B, and group C. And in group A you will get scene comprehension. There are many scene comprehension we can see. There are about 13 scene comprehension, and among them only one scene comprehension will be set in the exam, in the question paper, and some question will be prepared on the basis of scene comprehension, and mark will be 20. And question maybe short question, true false question, open-ended question, multiple choice question. Okay, these are the summarization. These are some common question of scene comprehension, and among them you have to answer all of them, and marks will be 20. And here look at the comprehension unit 1, people or institution making history, lesson 1. And in lesson 1 and in lesson 2 there are two lessons from unit 1. And in lesson 1, you have to study Nelson Mandela from apartheid fighter to president, and in lesson 2, you have to study the unforgettable history. And in unit food alteration, and there are two lessons has been taken from this unit 3, lesson 1 and lesson 2. In lesson 1 you have to study food adulteration, resistance of height, and lesson 2 you have to study eating habit and hazards. In it 4, unit 4, unit human relationships, and a lesson from here, only one lesson, lesson 2 has been taken, and title is love and relationship, love and friendship. In lesson in unit 8, impermanent nature, lesson 1 and lesson 5 has been taken from this unit. And the first lesson is what every heard this passage based on water pollution. And lesson 5, Kuakata, daughter of the sea, and this is a passage describing the Kuakata. Where is the Kuakata species? Okay, and then you have to study unit from unit 13, greatest scientific achievements, in lesson 1 and lesson 2. And in lesson 1 you have to study some of the greatest scientific achievements of the last 15 years, and in lesson 2 you have to study science and technology against an age-old disease. And in unit 14 you have to study art and music from her lesson 1 and lesson 3 has been chosen. And in lesson 1 you have to study what is beauty. In this passage the writer has described the description of beauty, what is beauty. Okay, and in lesson 3 we will study crafts in our time, is another process. Okay, next unit 15, tours and travels, and lesson 1 and lesson 4 In lesson 1 you have to start travel to village in Bangladesh. In lesson 4 you have to study the wonders of Bilait. So these are very common topics, and all these common topics has been taken from the book of intermediate new syllabus, okay, English for today book name. And from this book, uh, this unit lessons in the title has been chosen for, and these contents are especially designed for the student of tourism and hospitality, and you have to study this passage very carefully, and you have to build up your scene comprehension skills, reading skills, listening skills, and speaking skill, and again you have to practice this, okay. Dear learners, our next group B and B next group B, grammar marks, total marks 20. This grammar and these grammar topics will be set in the question paper in B group, and we have to study these common topics. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and these are grammar topic. First, in number 1 A, you have to study uses of articles, okay. These are very common topics, and in the earlier classes you have to study uses of articles, what are articles and how to use articles in blank sentence, okay. In the if we have to fill up the blanks. And next B, uses of tenses, right form of verbs with indicators. Here you have to study the right form of verb, that means tense, okay. And after studying tense you have to write the correct sentence, and in the sentence some verb will be given in bracket, okay, and you have to write the verb in correct form, that is called a right form of verb. C number, classify of verb. Okay, classify means classification, and classify means identify. So you have to identify the regular and irregular verbs. Sometimes you have to identify auxiliary, principal verb, finite, non-finite verbs, okay. These are the different types of verbs, and you have to study the verbs, and you have to know the function of verbs. Number 2 points, sentence. Okay, sentence is a group of words and express gives a complete sense. Here, A number, changing sentence. You have to know how to change sentence from assertive to interrogative, from interrogative to assertive, or sometimes you have to change the sentence from assertive to optative, and sometimes imperative to optative. Okay, these are classification of sentence, and these are the transformation of sentence. From one sentence we have to change to another one, okay, according to the dictation in the question number B, question making. We know that question are three types: WS question, yes no question, and tag question. And in the exam papers you will get some questions based on WS questions or yes no question or tag questions, okay. According to the dictation you have to you have to make the sentence, you have to make the questions correct question using WS pronouns, WS words, or sometimes you have to change the assertive sentence into a yes no question. Sometimes you have to change the sentence into tag questions, okay. Number 3, enrich vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, suffix, and prefixes. These are another type of topic, and by practicing these topics you can increase your vocabulary. You can enrich your vocabulary. That means you can increase your word world, okay. And these are synonyms, antonyms, and suffix prefixes. Suffix prefixes will help you to create new words, okay, by adding suffix prefix after or before the word. You can create new and newer words, many words, and this way you can enrich your vocabulary. Number 4, voice and narration. And you have to know what is voice. Voice is one kind of sentence pattern, and narration is also one kind of sentence pattern. And you have to change the voice from active to passive. And sometimes a question will be said based on narration. And narration are two types: direct and indirect. And if you get direct sentence in the question, you have to send the indirect sentence. Or if you get indirect sentence, you have to send them into direct. Okay, vice versa. Number 5, sentence analysis. You have to know the different part of sentences. Okay, different part of sentences, that means different word of sentences, that is called parts of speech. So type of verb, especially regular, irregular verb, auxiliary, principal verbs, so you have to know them. And by knowing this rules and regulations of parts of speech, you will be able to analyze the sentence in the given question. And the study of phrases and clauses, usually noun, adjective, verb, participle, adverbial, prepositional phrases, and principal clauses, subordinate clauses, and coordinate clauses. All these grammar topics you have to study to analyze a sentence correctly. So let's go to our next topic. Dear viewers, this is the last group of question paper, and we call it pre-writing. And from this there are many topics, and these topics will be set in the question paper group number C. In C group you will get this type of topic. Okay, and mark will be 20, and sometimes it may be different. Okay, sometimes 20 or 15 marks will be in the question paper, and you have to give the answer among them. And maybe question, if you get five questions, you have to answer only 4. And if you get from your 4 questions, you have to answer only 3 out of 4. Always one question will be given an extra question will be given here. And so let's discuss number 1, write dialogues with teacher, principal, shopkeeper, hotel manager, station master, newcomer, buyers, doctors, friends, and colleagues, etc. These are common topics in our daily activities. Especially we are date with this person, and we have to do work with them, and we have to practice dialogues, taking them and with them. Okay, and these are very common topics, and by practicing the topics, by practicing dialogue writing, we have to increase our free writing ability. We know that free writing ability means composition writing. Free writing means free writing means freehand writing. So again and again you have to practice this topic. Number 2, report writing on different events, occasions, and accidents. And when we do jobs in public or private sector, or in an industry, especially hotel industry, you have to write some reports on these events, on these occasions, on these on accidents. Okay, and by writing again and again, practicing again and again, you have to increase your report writing skills. That is writing skills. You have to build up your writing skill. Number 3, writing situational, personal, official letters. And sometimes you have to ask to write personal or situational letters, and that indicates that you have to increase your letter writing skills. Okay, number 4, writing job application with CV, appointment letter, or joining letter. When we'll do jobs in an industry, in an organization, sometimes you have to you have to write appointment letter, joining letter, and after the end of this course, you have to apply. We have to apply for jobs in different company, and at that time you have to write, you have to know how to write and correct application, how to write an correct application with CB. These are very important, and this topic will help you to know how to write correct application with CB, how to write appointment letter correctly, and how to write joining letter. These are very helpful for you, so you have to practice this. Number 5, write a guided paragraph with questions. Guided paragraph means some instruction will be given at the time of writing dialogue, writing paragraph. That means you have to follow the questions, and here some question will be given, and by answering the questions you have to write a correct paragraph. And you have to remember that you have to share the information what are seeking from you by making question, and by giving the correct information questions of the questions you have to write a paragraph. Okay, so these are the common topic for pre-writing skills, and by practicing this you have to know how to write freely. Okay, now we are going to next question. Number 7, change the following sentence as directed in brackets without changing the meaning. These are one kind of sentence pattern, and at the end of the sentence there is a guided, it is a guided question. Okay, and following the guide you have to correct the answer. Never tell a lie, you have to make it affirmative sentence without changing the meaning. What will be the affirmative sentence? Never tell a lie, answer will be always speak the truth. B number, he is the best boy in the class, make it negative. And what will be negative? There is no boy, sorry, no other boy is as good as in the class. It is the negative form of B number question. C number, unless you do it, I shall fine you. Make it compound. And these are different kind of rules and regulations you have to know to uh, give the correct answer. Okay. Number 8, name the verbs of the following sentence and write in each case whether the verb is auxiliary or principal. This is the for this type of question you have to know the classification of verb: auxiliary verb, principal verb, non-finite verb, finite verb. These are the classification of verb, and you have to study this carefully, and then you have to this study will help you to write the correct answer. The hunter killed a tiger. Here, kill. What type of verb? Here, kill is a principal verb. She has passed the examination. Has, here, has passed. There are two verbs. Has is auxiliary verb and passed is principal verb. In the same way, C number, don't laugh at the poor. Don't laugh. Here, don't is helping verb. To make the sentence negative, we have used don't. Laugh is the main verb. Okay, and in this way we have to complete the answer. This way you have to complete the answer. Number 9, change the voice of the followings. They made him king, and we have to change the sentence into passive. If you get the sentence in active form, you have to make it passive form, and when you get it passive form, you have to make it in active form. Okay, any type of form, you may be given in the question paper. They made him king. He was made king by them. This is the answer. What do you want? What is wanted by you? Shut the door. Let the door be shut. This is the answer of this question. Number 10, number question. Let's see. Change the following sentence into indirect speech. You know that species means narration, and narration are two types: direct narration, indirect narration. There, in their direct narration, you have to change them indirect. Father said to me, "When did you do it?" Answer maybe. Father asked me when you had done it. I said to Rohim, "May you be happy." I prayed for Rohim that he may he might be happy. The boy said, two and two, 2 and 3 makes 5. The answer will be, the boy said that 2 and 3 make 5. This is the answer. 11 number question. Write 4 appropriate words using the following suffixes, prefixes. These are the suffix, prefixes, synonym, antonyms. By practice this topic, we can enrich our vocabulary power, and there are some example to complete the answer. Semi, and you have to use suffix or prefix. Semi vowel, semi-final, semiconductor. Okay, we can make words, we can produce it by this way. uh, dis Dishonest, disconnect. Okay, dishonest, disconnect. Able, unable, or ability. Ly, slowly, quickly, happily, nicely. Okay, these are the word formation by using suffix or prefixes. So, dear learners, this way uh, you have to correct the sentences. Dear learners, one by one, step by step, we have come at the end of our session. So before finishing this session, I would like to advise you, I would like to recommend you that always you have to give importance of English, because you are going to complete diploma in tourism and hospitality, and you have to do jobs, you have to work in an industry, in a tourist center, in a tourist destination, in a picnic spot, you have to work in a hotel, motel, in different places you have to work, and in that time you have to face many foreigners, and some very VIP person, and with them you have to talk confidently, you have to talk freely, you have to talk fluently. That is why always all time you have to practice English with your teacher. You have to practice English with your classmates, with your roommates, with your parents, with your close friends, close relatives, and even when you will go to bed to take rest, or when you will go to bed to sleep, you in the time after taking at the time of sleeping, when you will dream, you have to dream in English, and you have to also try to make the English best friend. And if you be able to make the English best friend, and English also will be your best friend. This way you can increase your communicative skills. So, dear learners, number today, if you face any problem, you can comments, you can write email to me, and I will try to give the answer of your email. So, number today, thank you everybody. Thank you all. Best of luck. Allah Hafiz.